Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Board of Directors meeting for the California High-Speed Rail Authority, April the 29th, 2026. If we can start by having our secretary call the order, or call the roll, I'm sorry.
Director Schenk. Chair Richards.
Here.
Director Camacho. See, he's here. You might be muted. I'll come back. Vice Chair Miller.
Here.
Director Perea. Here. Director Escutia.
She's running late.
No worries. Director Williams.
He'll be here in a moment. He's
Oh, yeah.
in the
Director
building.
Worth. Director Cohen.
Here.
Assemblymember Carrillo. Senator Caballero. We have a quorum.
And Director Camacho is present.
Thank you.
Say again, please. Okay, no, somebody at the, oh, okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Now, if I could ask our Vice Chair to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Mr. Secretary, if you'd note that Director Worth has joined us also on Zoom.
Thank you. Director Worth.
Director Worth.
And so has
On the record should reflect that Martha Scutia is here.
Escutia.
Yeah, and also Director Escutia.
Thank you so much.
Good, I brought my computer thinking I had to log on. It's fine, just.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start the agenda items, as many of you must know, California lost one of the true leaders in transportation in the last few weeks. He was not only that, he was a strong proponent of rail transportation. He had been at one point on this board, both as a member and as its chair. He was also, in the years that I came on this board, a wonderful mentor for me. I'm going to ask our CEO, a close friend of him, to please present the.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair Richards.
Just 1 second.
Yes, Senator Caballero, please come up and join us on the dais. Thank you.
So, Chair Richards, before we begin, I had known Rod for many, many years throughout his support for not only for this program, but for all the programs in the city of San Jose and the rest of California. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the life and contributions of Rod Dearden as a tremendous supporter for California high-speed rail, and also as a dear friend to many of us. We have a very short video tribute we would like to play at this point.
I know, I saw her.
Rod Dearden Sr. was a giant in the world of transportation. Known as the father of modern transit in the Silicon Valley, he helped shape public rail throughout the Bay Area. And he was also an early and vocal champion of California high-speed rail.
California is going to have a high-speed rail system now. We're going to lead the nation into high-speed rail, period.
Dearden served as the chair of the authority's board of directors in the early 2000s and was a member of the board for a decade.
We don't use these funds properly for operating segments, we're not going to have something to show the state or the nation in terms of how high-speed rail can operate.
The San Jose train station, which bears his name, will be a featured stop on the high-speed rail alignment. And as the founding director of San Jose State's Mineta Transportation Institute and an active member until his passing, Dear Don continued to shape young minds on the benefits of transit and high-speed rail.
Anybody who opposes it, get over it. It's going to happen. Get behind it and help us to build it the very best way possible.
Dear Don stepped down from the board of directors in 2010 and was honored at a meeting in February of 2011.
Present you with a resolution on behalf of this high-speed rail authority for your service to the people of California.
At that meeting, he took a moment to reflect on the important work the board had done and will do to help make high-speed rail a reality.
Well, that's imposing. As you all know, we all feel that this is the iconic project for the state of California for this century, not unlike the way the Golden Gate Bridge was the iconic project for the state during the last century. And I'm sure that as you move towards success in accomplishing this very difficult responsibility, that you'll at some point in your lives look back at that system running up and down the state that everyone is taking for granted and realize that it wasn't easy to do. So I wish you well in what you're pursuing. I'm happy to stand by to support wherever that support might be necessary, and look forward to being with you from time to time in the future. Good luck to you. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much.
And we say thank you to Rod Deardon Sr. for all of his time, his work, and just being who he was.
Thank you, Rod. Director Perea?
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to also, are you completed with that presentation? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to also take a minute to remember Supervisor Max Rodriguez from the County of Madera. He passed away last week, and just wanted to read into the record a little bit about him because he was a very staunch supporter of high-speed rail in the early days. Madera County is mourning the loss of former Supervisor Max Rodriguez, a dedicated public servant, community leader, and lifelong resident of Madera, who passed away at the age of 86. First elected in 2004, Rodriguez proudly represented Madera County's District 4 on the Board of Supervisors for 4 consecutive terms. Widely recognized as a leading advocate for infrastructure and economic development, Rodriguez earned the local nickname as Godfather of High-Speed Rail for his unwavering support of the project. Through the Y Madera County Task Force, he brought together business leaders, residents, policymakers in support of our program. And just on the personal note, Max and I served together as county supervisors, me in Fresno, him in Madera. And from the early days, he and I were very strong supporters of the program, came together. And even though there was a lot of contentious meetings and folks opposing the project, we stood firm together to make sure both of our counties supported the program. So I not only consider Max a colleague, but he was a very, very dear friend. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you for letting us make this comment regarding Max.
Thank you, Director Perea. With regards to today's agenda, item number 3 on today's agenda, which is the action on the business plan. The business plan and the board's consideration of it is going to be moved till the May meeting. The purpose of this is to address a large volume of public comments, as well as to have the opportunity to continue coordinating with the administration to better align the business plan with the fiscal year budget cycle. As you may know, this is done not frankly infrequently, but quite often on reports that are due from various organizations and agencies in the state. And I think that the net effect of this is a more complete business plan that will be vetted against what is going on with the state budget so that we're consistent and compliant with what we are able to determine the state agencies and the administration wants to weigh in on our business plan as we prepare it. So that, with that done, we will now move on to our today's agenda, which is item number 1, the consideration of approving the March 4.
We need
board
to do a
minutes.
public comment first.
Say again?
Public comment.
Yo, I'm sorry. Too many things before public comments. Before we do that, we will now move on to public comments. And so, Mr. Secretary, please let the public know how they can address the board, and both here in this room and around the state.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. Before we begin public comment for the California High-Speed Rail Board of Directors meeting, I would like to review some important information. For members of the public who have joined us in person and wish to provide public comment, you will be called up in the order we received your card. If you are joining the meeting via Zoom and wish to provide public comment, please use the raise your hand feature located at the bottom of the screen. Speakers will be called on in the order their hands are raised. Once you are in the queue and your name is called, please click the prompt on your screen to allow your microphone to be unmuted. If we have any callers joining by phone, I will give you instructions on how you can make a public comment following the Zoom participants. All speakers will be given 2 minutes to speak. I will remind you when you have 15 seconds remaining. When it's your turn to speak, please speak slowly and clearly, say your first and last name, and if applicable, please state the organization you are representing nice and clear into that microphone. We are going to begin with Matt Serrato, followed by Brendan Rapicki.
You only have to take 1 lap. Welcome.
Matt Trough, Mayor City Merced. Just wanted to express our appreciation for the work of this board, the work of the authority as well. We built a lot of really good relationships, had a lot of, and got to the point where we can have, I think, a really open, frank dialogue with both members of the board and the authority. So we really appreciate all your work in crafting that. This project is vitally important to the city of Merced. The people of Merced are extremely passionate about it. A lot of strong opinions about the project. A lot of people, vast majority of our town believes deeply in this project and wants to see it happen. So I just wanted to thank you all for your hard work on that. Just remind you of how important it is to our town. We're we're a fast-growing town, and this has the potential to really do incredible things for Merced. So we thank you for your work, and just let you know how important the project is. And finally, too, supportive certainly of the Merced, of the business plan in the Merced to Bakersfield initial operating segment too, and also very excited, looking forward to the awarding, hopefully later this year, of the Madera to Merced construction contract as well. So we'll keep a close eye on that. We're here, as always, a phone call away, willing to be a good partner and to support you as well. And again, appreciate your work, and thank you all.
Mr. Mayor, and thank you and the members of your council, and for the initiation of what's been a great relationship with the city of Merced and the county of Merced. So we appreciate your support and your advice and comments from you and your members, and hope to have those continue as we move through the completion of this project.
Thank you, Chair. Agreed. I think we have a good relationship and a strong relationship such that we can have that open, frank dialogue, and we really appreciate all that.
Thank you, Mayor.
Our next speaker will be Brendan Rapicki, followed by Leticia Valencia.
Good morning, Brendan Rapicki on behalf of Caltrain. We have a long record of working collaboratively with the authority, including on our electrification project, and we want to continue and strengthen that partnership moving forward. We do have some concerns with the draft business plan. I appreciate you moving that to be taken up next month to hopefully address some of those concerns. We've submitted a comment letter to this effect. Our concerns are focused around the exclusion of the San Jose Gilroy segment from the budget. even though that's critical to phase one and is required for compliance with Proposition 1A. Significant changes to the Diridon station and other station designs and timelines, and limited clarity on the northern terminus of the Salesforce Transit Center in San Francisco via the Portal project. So as I say, really appreciate your engagement. Hopefully you will address these. We're available and hope to strengthen and continue our partnership. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our final in-person speaker will be Leticia Valencia. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing your name.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Chair Richards and members of the board. My name is Leti Valencia, and I serve as the Director of Organizing for Faith in the Valley, a faith-based community organization representing thousands of members across the Central Valley. I'm also a mother of two, and I've lived in Merced County my entire life. I'm raising my family there, and I'm here today in strong opposition to the draft business plan. I am also glad to hear it's been postponed until May to give more time for this conversation. I'm also here in part representing a coalition of key organizations and unions in the Central Valley and specifically in the Merced region. We together submitted a joint comment letter you should have all received. Those organizations are Líderes Campesinas, Valley Onward, California Rural Legal Assistance Foundation, Jakara Movement, Faith in the Valley, American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, and community member Florence Corey Croson from UDW, who's the District 4 chair. Downgrading and relocating the Merced station will have real and lasting consequences for families like mine and for the broader community we're working every day to build. Scaling back the station means the loss of thousands of jobs tied to construction, development, and long-term economic growth. Jobs our community needs. It also means fewer community amenities and gathering spaces. A bare concrete platform in Merced without adequate canopy isn't just a downgrade, it's unsafe in the extreme heat and weather conditions we experience in the Central Valley. Moving the station out of downtown is just as damaging. A downtown station was meant to anchor economic development, bringing new business, increasing local revenue, and revitalizing the heart of our city. Families, small business owners, and community institutions made real decisions based on that promise. Changing course now shifts opportunity away from Merced and puts those investments at risk. Without a downtown Merced station as planned and promised, our community risks missing on the full benefits of the high-speed rail. Keeping the station in downtown Merced protects jobs, honors past commitments, and ensures that families like mine and communities we organize with can share fully in this future of this project. I urge you to reject the plan and require a revision that reflects those commitments. Thank you. I also come with a stack. We just started doing this on Saturday of community members who want to keep the station downtown. So it's not enough time. We'll have much more time now, but this is just a reflection of where our community is at based on this.
Thank you for your comments.
We will now move on to our Zoom participants. Once again, if you are joining the meeting via Zoom and wish to provide public comment, please use the raise your hand feature located at the bottom of your screen. Our first speaker will be Norma Cardona, followed by Jean.
Good morning, Chair and board members. My name is Norma Cardona, and I'm a UC Merced alumni, downtown resident of Merced, and small business owner. I want to begin by acknowledging and expressing appreciation for the efforts of local leadership who have been advocating to ensure that Merced is included in this project. That work matters, so thank you. And today, I'm here to say respectfully, we must go further. Because what is being proposed for Merced is not just a design change, it's a decision that will shape our region's economic future for generations. The authority's own draft 2026 plan states that high-speed rail is meant to connect all the corridors communities to the state's largest job centers and innovation hubs and create new opportunities for millions of Californians. But the current business plan for Merced falls short of that vision. Instead of a full integrated downtown hub, we are being asked to accept a reduced platform outside the city limits, cut off from ACE, Amtrak, and real connectivity. And for a community like Merced, the stakes are too high for a partial solution. Merced County faces some of the lowest economic outcomes in the region. Wages here reach about 53% of a living wage, and we experience high environmental burdens, including poor air quality. This is a community working hard to overcome barriers in education, economic mobility, and quality of life. That is exactly why a full investment here matters. Merced is also home to UC Merced and one of the fastest growing universities in California and a critical engine for upward mobility. The high-speed rail was meant to connect our students, families, and workforce for that opportunity, not create new barriers. Merced is not a pass-through. We are a university city, a regional hub, and a community that deserves to be fully connected. And these changes have not been meaningfully shaped by community input. So today I'm asking to honor the state law and commit to a full downtown Merced station, restore Merced as a true
15
transit
seconds.
hub, including ACE and Amtrak connectivity, continue working with community to get this right. We're grateful for the progress that has been made, but progress is not the same as fulfillment. If this project is truly about equity and opportunity, then Merced must be treated as a destination, not an afterthought. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for your comments.
Our next speaker is Jean, followed by Roland.
Good morning. Hello. Let's move on to the next one, please.
Absolutely. Our next speaker will be Roland. Make sure to hit the unmute button.
Good morning, Roland.
Good morning, Chair Richards, board members. This is Roland O'Brien, San Jose. Very briefly, first of all, I'd like to bring to your attention that there was no opportunity for public comment at the 8:30 Finance and Audit Committee meeting. And last thing I'd like to do is, in closing, is speak to this icon you may see on your screens, which represents the interface, or rather potential interface, between BART, VTA light rail, and then all the heavy rail. And unfortunately, I don't have the icons representing the trains on the top of the picture. But I'm just going to close off with what Rob Dearden had to say about this when he saw it 5 years ago. He said, Roland, this is inspired work, superior to the consultants in several respects. He then continued and he said, the current station aeroplanes seems to be developing a Taj Mahal that will cost exorbitantly, therefore not be built soon, and not do the job of effectively interchanging high-speed rail, the commuter rail lines, light rail, buses, bicycle, etc. And I hope that at some point in time, people will start listening and basically do the right thing, which is just plain common sense based on best practices in the rest of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Did you have anything else you wanted to comment on at the FNA meeting? You can go ahead and do that now also, Roland.
No, I would just say that Ms. Rivera did an outstanding job, and I've got nothing to add to what she said. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to go back to Jean, and then next speaker after Jean will be Anissa Fregoso.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. My name is Gina Okui. I am very involved with the strong towns in Merced and the Central Valley, and also with Valley Land Alliance. Been around for 20 years to protect our land and work with the people. We, I ask why we need high-speed rail for the Valley to connect Southern California Bay Area. Well, my answer is to connect people with public transportation in the most efficient way, as stated by Ms. Valencia, who spoke just before me. I'd like to make 2 points. Merced Downtown Station is the place it should be. It connects people with other means of transportation by rail. And with the university here, it's extremely important that we connect the entire valley, including the capital, the Bay Area, and Southern California. The other suggestion I'd like to make is that I am concerned about playing with nature, and I have seen what's happened in the mountains in the coastal range, and Pacheco Pass is very active seismically. And right now we're spending over $5 billion to get this dam on Pacheco to um, be more stable, but nature will take its course. And to build a tunnel through, or however you plan to go through there, is going to be very, very expensive to do. And it's also going to be very expensive to maintain. So please consider going through Merced and doing it where we can answer, or address the issue of connecting everybody.
15 seconds.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker will be Anissa Fragoso, followed by Alejandro Carrillo.
Hello, can everybody hear me okay?
We hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair and board members. My name is Anissa Fragoso. I am a small business owner in downtown Merced. I am also a citizen, and I'm also the former president of the Merced County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. My point will be brief, as my colleagues in downtown area and in business, Ms. Norma Cardona, has expressed, and also the in-person speaker, Ms. Leticia, I apologize, I don't remember her last name, but brought up valid points. I am also opposed into the current draft and requesting and encouraging the board to stick to the original draft for the downtown station. This will provide the opportunity not only for competitive job growth and economic growth, but also will provide contributions to, our tax to our community, and the investments that we might lose if we do not get those, the downtown station built. Those long-term investments are based on the opportunity for a downtown station. The whole community has participated. A lot of leadership has participated. Our CBOs have participated in the contributions of the ideas of what this downtown station is going to look like. I think that the rail should really think hard on how they are going to impact our community. We have also the opportunity to expand on our transportation opportunities and utilizing all of the connected rail systems that are in the original draft. And I thank you today for
15
giving
seconds.
us the opportunity to express and how we feel as a community as a whole with Merced, the city of Merced. Thank you.
Our next speaker will be Alejandro Carrillo.
Good morning. I'm Alex Carrillo. I'm a resident and working professional in the city of Merced. First of all, I want to thank the board for postponing until May for further discussion and consideration. A survey done by the UC Merced Community and Labor Center found that about 87% of people surveyed were not fully aware of the project, with the majority, 70%, saying they would use the train once built. Downgrading and relocating the station will have harmful impacts to the Central Valley. The downtown station was meant to ensure our community received economic benefits from this public construction. Additionally, I am concerned about the data centers as a funding mechanism being proposed within the plan. Data centers will drain the valley of valuable resources like water and drive up utility costs, not to mention the health disparities caused by long-term exposure to proximity of data centers. The Central Valley feeds the nation and drives our state's economic power. We have a University of California campus, and we are the gateway to recreation. Connectivity across the state should be of high importance to the authority. I urge you to include the downtown station, follow the state mandate in investing in Merced and the Central Valley. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, we have no other attendees that would like to provide public comment at this time.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Now moving on to the minutes for the March 4th board meeting. Do we have a motion for approval?
Move approval.
Second?
Director Schenk? Chair Richards?
Yeah. Yes.
Director Camacho? I don't see Director Camacho. Vice Chair Miller?
Yes.
Director Perea? Director Escutia?
Yes.
Director Williams?
Aye.
Director Worth?
Yes.
Director Cohen?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 2, ladies and gentlemen, is to consider providing approval to execute and award the cable trough contract. Mr. Finn?
Good morning, Chair Richards, Vice Chair Miller, members of the board. I'm here to present our proposal to approve and execute the contract for cable trough materials. Go to the next slide. Purpose is the consideration for the approval of our contract for cable trough materials. Some background: in August of 2025, the board approved issuance of limited invitations for owner-supplied materials. Initially, we identified OCS poles, long welded rail, concrete ties, ballast, and OCS components. The approval was for not to exceed budget of $507 million. Subsequently, we identified cable troughs as another key opportunity for long lead materials for owner-supplied materials. On March 4th, the board approved the inclusion of cable troughs to the list of commoditized materials to release procurement for the cable troughs. We go on the next slide, please. This just outlines the basic terms of the contract. The punchline is the cable trough is for $57 million, is the most qualified bidder. The duration of the contract will be for 4 years. This is for the initial operating alignment of 119 miles. Materials are manufactured and provided based upon the technical specifications provided to the bidders. And then basically the terms of the material delivery is deliver on site at our railhead facilities. Next slide, please. This is more just a summary of the contract itself without going into too many details here. We have an NTP for the first initial delivery, which is for our first 20 miles in CP4. This is in effort to facilitate the construction of high-speed rail in 2026. If you go to next slide. This just outlines our delivery schedule, kind of as I was mentioning there. As we see in Kern County, the 21.12 miles, that's for our CP4 construction of that. And then the rest is consistent with our preliminary schedule outlined that we saw in the TILOs, actually in the Finance and Audit Committee. Again, this is through the duration of 4 years. We don't take all the material at once because then we have to store the material itself. So we have a schedule that pairs with our overall program schedule for delivery of tracking systems. If you go to next slide, please. In addition, there's conversations on small business commitments. We're able to get 10% small business with this procurement. And if we go to the next slide, it'll just give us a summary of, in essence, we had 2 responsive bidders for this procurement: Old Castle Infrastructure at $56.9 million, and then Hubble at $103. We've issued a notice of proposed award on April 17th. Subsequently, there was a bid protest, yet that was resolved on 4/28. So we are in a position to award for the cable trough procurement. With that, I'd ask if there's any questions.
Any questions
Yes.
for Mr. Finn?
I have some questions. So just bear with me. They're yes and no. This procurement was previously approved in the budget.
Yes.
Good morning, Director Cohen. Yes, so this procurement was overall part of the original $507 million.
That's good.
Perfect.
This is low bid process? Not
That
to
is
cut you off,
correct,
Emily.
yes.
Okay. Was it reviewed by legal?
It was.
Okay. This is a materials procurement?
This is.
Within the scope of high-speed rail's approved budget and authority. When was the bid accepted? Not approved. I know we have to approve it today, but when did it come in?
We received the bid on 4/9, April 9th.
Okay. So it's been a few weeks.
Correct.
Okay. How much how much time collectively do you think it has taken for the high-speed rail team to prepare this singular item for the board to review and approve? And there's not much to review because it's a materials purchase in a low bid environment.
Can you just clarify? So I just want to verify, you're saying how much time?
Just to
my
prepare
team,
this for the board.
at least, I think probably at least a week of man hours. I would say of a totality of multiple folks amongst my staff, along with throughout the authority.
Okay, thanks. How many procurements does high-speed rail undergo, like a quarter, let's say, approximately?
Specifically for, I would say overarchingly, I think across the authority, and our chief counsel can correct me, we have a total of 1,600. I believe Jamie can verify. 1,600 across, oh, go ahead.
Thank you, Emily. Director Cohen, I think the point of the matter is we looked back about 6 months of just processing paperwork to get the authority moving. While the procurement number isn't the big number, the big number is 1,600 items have been processed in the authority over the last 6 months to keep this place going. That means the contracts, the POs, the funding encumbrances, the funding commitments, the justification documents. It's a significant process. It takes a lot of staff time. So to bring an item here, there's every office through our governance process goes through an approval process. So it takes months actually to get here. So what Emily was discussing, this last couple weeks, also you had the chief of construction, you had engineering. So there's quite a bit of staff time that gets put into it.
So 1,600 is kind of the number. What were to happen if the board were for some reason to say no to this fairly straightforward procurement of materials that have already been approved and were already within the authority of the high-speed rail staff? What happens?
Yes, it would have a material impact on our schedule and sequencing of our track and systems construction.
It would delay it.
It would, yes. Cost and schedule impact.
Okay, thank you. So I respect and I appreciate the board's role in oversight. We have to let the high-speed rail team get to work. This project is complicated and complex and highly politicized on its best day. And I have strong feelings about where this board should be and shouldn't be, and where we should lead versus where we need to get out of the way and not count the pencils in the pencil box for high-speed rail. I want to acknowledge and appreciate high-speed rail staffs on the team's work to bring as much transparency to this project while also trying to work as quickly as possible here so that we can actually build the most transformational, most important heavy civil engineering project in 100 years in the largest state in the country. This is not where this board should be.
This is not where, what?
I don't think this is what the board should be spending our time on. I think this is well within the authority of the high-speed rail team. This is a procurement of a material, as I understand it. Let me know if I'm wrong. This is a procurement of a material in a low bid environment, well within the budget authority that we approved for them. So I don't know what there is to say yes or no to here. I don't understand. I might be missing something, but I don't understand.
You don't see your role in this then?
I understand my role on this board. I don't think this should be my role or ours. This is already within the budget, Director.
So you're saying you don't think this item should come before this board?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay, understand.
I have a question, Mr. Chair. First of all, I think I agree with Director Cohen that the board has a role and the staff have a role in trying to figure out where those lines are is not always easy, but I think it's clear here that she's right. We shouldn't be looking at every single purchase. And I do remember when this issue came before the board at the last meeting, and the issue was, should this be included in the previously approved budget, right, of 500+ billion? And we agreed to include it under condition that it be brought back for review. And I think one of the questions I had at the time was, we didn't know how much it was going to be. Now we know. And I think with the benefit of hindsight, we might have asked a different question, which is, what is the delegation of authority for purchase and approval, and does it exceed that? I think it does in this case. But my question is, what is your delegation of authority for change orders?
For Director Williams, for the CEO, is up to 100 million.
100 million. That's spending money just like this is. So I guess the question now, and what is the delegation of authority for purchasing?
For contracts, it's 25.
So I would have a question. I'm not going to ask for that debate today, but I would be curious to understand why they shouldn't be the same, and we shouldn't move the purchasing authority to be consistent with the delegation of authority for change orders, because it's money spent. It allows you to focus on what you should focus on, and for us to focus on what we should focus on in terms of providing oversight. So I do agree with Director Cohen. I'm obviously going to support this proposal, but I do think that we should have a discussion and perhaps bring back to this board a conversation about what that delegation of authority should be for purchase. I don't think we should be looking at this. I agree with Director Cohen. This is pretty routine. If we could spend all our time talking about these purchases if we brought everyone back. So I think our focus should be on providing oversight, holding you accountable if you don't do what you're directed to do or what the law requires you to do, but I don't think we should nitpick every one of these purchasing decisions.
Thank you for your comments.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I have a comment.
Yes, Director Perea.
Yeah, this is, in my opinion, a pretty straightforward agreement. But I absolutely believe that as part of this board's responsibility for oversight is to have the very discussion we're having today. I don't think everything that you all purchase or work on has to come to this board. I'm not interested in how many pencils you order or how many reams of paper you need for the week. But when it comes to spending the money of the taxpayers, I think it absolutely merits oversight by this board to ensure that process was followed, the right person was picked, et cetera. And that to me does not take a lot of time if everybody's doing their job, including us. Now, we have Assemblyman Carrillo up here and Senator Caballero just left, but I can tell you, as appointees of the governor and the Assembly and Senate, we speak to these people frequently. And I know one theme that I receive from my folks is simply, we just gave you $100 or $1 billion till 2045. Be very judicious of the money that we give you and how you spend it. And you can't do that if you don't have oversight. That's why I find this conversation interesting. I think it's setting up a conversation for a future board meeting. Is way beyond what this issue is about. But, I've said it 100 times up here. I have a complete confidence in our CEO and the vision that he's laid out for this program. But I've also been involved in this program from day one, absolutely day one, from a construction standpoint in the Central Valley to just seeing all the good and bad that's occurred over the last several years. And I can tell you, because of the lack of oversight by this board years back, we had significant financial issues that should not have occurred, dealing with change orders and other things because of the lack of oversight by this board. Okay, so no, I'm looking forward to this discussion. And of course, I always respect the rule of the majority, but I think moving forward, the CEO and his staff need to be held accountable to the vision that he's laid out for us, that we've supported and we're funding. That's just the way it works. And I don't think we should shirk our responsibilities. on providing that oversight. So I'm looking forward to discussion whenever we have it, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, any other questions? Thank you, Director Pereira.
Chair.
Any other
Mr.
questions or
Worth,
comments?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Worth has the question, and after he's over with the question, I have a question too.
And I do too.
Yes, go ahead.
So my question is actually about this specific contract. I have maybe for Ed. There's only 2 bids received on this Trough
Right.
RFP. What's the any thoughts about why only 2 bidders showed up?
Yeah, that's good technical.
Yeah, it's a quite specialized product, in a specialized industry. There's not a lot of manufacturers out there. In
Can you just
addition,
get a little closer to the mic?
yes, indeed. If I'd like to, I could start again. It's a
That's okay.
specialized product in the industry. And in addition, the specification that we had for a polymer type non-cementitious cable trough, again, there's just not many players in the market. This is essentially the first, high-speed rail system in the United States. There's similar cable troughs used, but this is a bit bespoke, and I think that's where you're seeing the results of the bids here.
Got it. And then when you see 2 bids this far apart, in my experience, they're both wrong. So is my guess. But since we're going with a low bid, which is the right move, what are we going to do to protect ourselves that this $57 million contract stays at $57 million through over the next 4 years?
Yeah, no, fair question. With Oldcastle, we've done our research in the industry. Their pricing is representative of a couple other programs that they've looked at. Specifically, Hubble, this is not necessarily their core business. It's a side business that they're in. And I suspect they were investigating and testing the market. But Oldcastle's number came in pretty much on top of what we're expecting that price to come in. So we're relatively confident with that $56 million number.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Director Worth. Any other questions?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Director Escutia?
Escutia, thank you. First of all, thank you to Board Member Worth for pointing out the difference in the bid amount. It's almost twice as much, for Hubble. And thank you for staff for explaining, why that difference. So that gives me comfort. So that's very good. So that's the issue of the cable trough. On the issue that we're discussing, really started by Board Member Williams with regard to the delegation of authority, especially within the context of change orders. I would also definitely encourage us to have that discussion, but I will also add the issue of the forecast of liabilities. What are the liabilities that are out there? And I understand that change orders it's an art, it's not a science, and the number is always changing, subject to negotiations and approval. But I, as a board member, would love to get a sense of what's my exposure in terms of liability with regard to change orders. And I would love to have that discussion sooner rather than later. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Director Escutia. Any other questions or comments?
Yes,
Ed, I wanted to
Tom, I
thank-
have a question.
Yeah, yes, Director.
Go ahead.
Director.
Camacho's last name.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking at him.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead,
But
Ernie.
to follow Director Cohen's logic about this being a straightforward procurement because of materials, well, when do we draw the line for that? Because what if we're buying train sets? Isn't that materials? And yet we're going to spend a lot of time on that as well. So I'm trying to understand the logic behind Director Cohen's remarks.
Sure, go ahead.
So thanks for the question. My logic here is this is already within their approved authority. And we walked it back, but this is already within the budget. It's within the scope. And I'm actually wondering where we draw the line. Like, how about business cards? I think we need to have the discussion. And I agree with Director Prey. I think this is a really important discussion for the board to have and determine the line and be in alignment around the number and the process. And then at some point, let the team get to work. We've delayed this 5 weeks. In construction, prices go up. People get out of the game. We are risking delaying this for a reason that I think is not good enough. This is not me saying we should get out of the game. We should not be providing oversight. It's not that. It's where do we draw the line? And I think that's the discussion. That's a really important discussion for this board to have. Where do we draw the line?
Well, I agree with that, and I think that we should have the discussion, and we should have it before we have these kinds of procurements. But I think Director DeWart's comparison with the numbers, looking at the difference between almost twice as much for one bid and 50 and half that for the second bidder, it makes me question a lot about, are these bids good? So I don't, even though they're within the budget, something feels wrong when you look at the disparity in those numbers.
Yeah, it's fair. That's fair.
I'd like to make a
Yes,
comment.
go ahead.
I don't disagree with you, Director Camacho, but I think staff answered that question. And I know you, and I've been involved in procurements a lot of times. And the idea of someone getting new into a business and, being conservative and making sure that they've covered all their bases and bidding a little bit higher does not surprise me. But I also want to have this discussion for our board about where we are in terms of what comes to us. And and for me, there's another thing here, which is timing. And just given our incredible schedule, which is going to be very hard to make if everything goes as we planned, and we know many times that doesn't happen, I don't want the board to be an obstruction in that process. And that's why I'm leaning towards increasing your ability to contract during this incredibly short time period in which we have to get things delivered by certain dates that we've promised. So I'm going to move the item and also ask that the larger item come back to the board. I don't care how that, you can talk about how you want to see that, but I'm going to move this item, and thank you, staff.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
And just Tom, real quick, I just wanted to thank Ed. There was an issue in Fresno with Producers Dairy on a parking issue with their trucks, and one phone call and he fixed it. So thank you, Ed, for your work on that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. No comments. Please call the roll.
Chair Richards,
Yes.
Director Camacho,
Yes.
Vice Chair Miller,
Yes.
Director Perea,
Yes.
Director Escutia,
Aye.
Director Williams,
Aye.
Director Worth,
Yes.
Director Cohen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Just as a quick response to all of the well thought out comments that each of you have made, we'll have, I'll work with staff. We'll put together a document for the board as to exactly what the constraints are in terms of where we are today, and a discussion by suggestion for recommendations on how we ensure the appropriate oversight that has been raised by, in one way or another, by each of you, because we clearly understand the role that we play here. And when we get that together, I'll ask it to be reviewed by legal and then forwarded to each of the board members, after which we can make a determination in bringing it back as an agenda item for the board meeting at a future date. So
And
thank
Mr. Chairman,
you all.
Mr. Chairman, could we add also that we go back to monthly meetings as a board? I think we created some of our own problems too.
Yeah,
by going to
I'm going to
6 weeks.
deal with that in May, but I think the answer is yes, that we need to move back to monthly meetings because we've got so much business that's ongoing. One of the concerns when this was done to move it to roughly every 45 days was to give management and staff the opportunity to be working on things, moving the project forward rather than putting together board packages for the board. That being the intent, the reality is we've got so many other things, and we don't want to have delays on the board being able to be in session responding to requests from management. So I think we've got a plan, and we'll move in that direction. So thank you all very much. Moving, and thank you, Mr.
Mr.
Penn.
Chairman, just
Yeah.
for clarification, are you making the decision that we're moving to monthly? Or are you
No,
asking the
I'm-
board
I'm
to have
gonna-
the
I'm going to do
discussion?
that in May. I'll do that in May.
What?
We're at our May meeting. We've got to come up with the new dates for board meetings.
Okay,
So
thank you.
we'll do that with the secretary and bring it to the board in May. All right, thank you very much. We're now going to move on to item number 4, which is the CEO report to Mr. Chaudhry.
Thank you, Chair Richards, and members of the board. As we continue to build up our executive team who's leading our project and moving it forward, we are very happy to announce that we have 3 new members who have joined our executive team. I would like to ask the 3 members to come to the podium to introduce themselves, starting with Christine Shikari, our general counsel. She would say Sicari, or is Italian way to say different way. So Christine, if you can join our other members at the podium. And then I have also Chief of our Safety and Security, Marilyn Norris. If you can join us at the podium and introduce yourself. This has been a long overdue position that the authority had to fill. She's responsible for all our safety and security matters on the program. And then we also have now, we're very happy to have him here now, Chief of our Infrastructure Maintenance, which was also a long overdue role, where when we are taking back all our properties and real estate assets after construction, we wanted to have the chief who will maintain and make sure these assets are run properly. And so that is Antonio Boella. He's here as well. And we'll start with Christine. Yeah.
Good morning. Thank you, Anne. And I say Ciccati, but if we're in Italy, we'll go with Ciccati. Or Ciccoti. Nice to meet you all. I've had an opportunity to speak with many of you before today, so I appreciate that engagement and the opportunity to serve as the General Counsel for the High-Speed Rail Authority. Just such a wonderful project to be a part of. The team here has been so welcoming. They're getting me up to speed as quick as possible. And so it's really been an exciting first month. Just a little bit about my background. My grandfather actually worked for the Santa Fe Railroad. So this is kind of like a full circle moment for me. And then he was the claims adjuster for the American Association of Railroads. So it's kind of a neat moment. But I have a long career in public service, and I've worked on procurements as an attorney for almost my entire career, both in the federal and on the state side. Most recently, I was at Department of General Services, which oversees procurement really for all the state contracts. So I think that experience is going to be really beneficial here. I've had a lot of time with our Chief of Contracting, Emily Morrison, and our Chief of Construction, Ed Fenn, since I've started working on those procurements with them. So thank you very much for the opportunity to join this team, and look forward to serving with all of you. Thank you.
A little short. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Hi. Hi, board members, chair and vice chair. Nice to meet all of you. Thank you for allowing me to be here today. My name is Marilyn Norris. I currently serve as the Chief of Safety and Security for the authority. I bring experience with rail and large infrastructure. Really excited to be a part of this project and to make history. Thank you.
It's make history and have fun, fellow Amazonians.
Yeah,
Antonio. Yeah.
thank you.
Good morning, Antonio Buelna, Chief of Infrastructure Maintenance. For the last 2 years, I've worked for the City of Fresno in the Capital Projects Department with oversight of the administration and construction management teams, so helping deliver capital projects within the City of Fresno. Prior to that, I have 17 years with Union Pacific Railroad, where the majority of my career there was spent with infrastructure assessment, infrastructure capital building, helping strengthen the infrastructure for their 32,000-mile network. Also was over all track standards for anything that went in the track, whether it was the rail asset, the tie asset, or special track work. So I'm looking forward to bringing that freight knowledge to the authority and to the high speed, and looking forward to the challenges that are ahead. So thank you.
Welcome aboard, Antonio.
Thank you, guys. So in 2026, we said at the end of the year 25, we said 2026 is going to be a very busy year for us. So here is a summary of what we said we will do and where we are in terms of getting those things done. And this has been all the effort that our team have put together to deliver on these contracts and procurement activities that happen. And all of this occurs in combination with all our different departments. It's just not one office who does that. So the collaboration at the executive team has been really something that I have not experienced in many years. This is a great team that we have put together. We said we will buy commoditized materials. I said that in 2024 that we will be putting those orders in 26. While as you just heard from the team, the rail and the concrete ties has moved on. Those are under contract. The others are being evaluated. Cable trough, we just moved on that. So good news there is all this material will be getting delivered to the site to start our track laying works this year, towards the end of the year. We will come to the board for approval for the track and systems contract in May. That will be the next biggest thing that has ever happened on the high-speed rail project in many, many years. This is one of the largest activity on track and systems that has ever happened in the United States at this scale. So that will be in May. We also are wrapping up our discussions and evaluations on the code development agreement. This is what I said in late 24, that we will get this P3 investor groups come in and present to us their solutions. We went through a solicitation process, and I think we will be reaching a conclusion and notify the board about that code development for infrastructure partner coming on board in the May board. That means from there on, just for the clarity for everyone, when the P3 group joins the team for the infrastructure, it doesn't mean that they have a solution right out of the bag. They will actually work with us over a period of time to develop what the financial model looks like and what the investments will look like. And there's a lot that goes on for a period of time. So we would like them to get on board as fast as we can. Now, we also looked at, as I said in 25, that we are going to look at new ways of accelerating procurement and contracting mechanisms, and not spend years in a bureaucratic red-taped way to go buy a stapler that takes a year. Instead, we'll find other ways to do it faster with the proven methods that has been used in the US all across the country. So those were the IDIQs, meaning some sort of bench of companies that you shortlist through a qualification process. And then when you need them to go do work on projects, you issue the projects with their definition, they compete, and then they get awarded based on the criteria that you said. That's IDIQ. We said the same for material. We said we will have contractors on board for a short notice so they can go and build. We use the term MATOC for that. Those are in progress. And then we are also going to be looking at our new way of managing our program towards the end of this year, what the delivery approach looks like. So we'll be looking at that procurement towards the end of the year. While we were doing all that, we had to also develop new policies and procedures. And I think we discussed that the last, or the one before the last board meeting. Those documents, policies, and procedures are developed, and we will be moving forward for implementing those in the coming weeks. Next, we talked about also extensively for almost since I've been here. Now, October, November 2024, we identified that we do need some changes in the way the authority delivers business. We have been talking about that extensively within the authority, with the board, with the legislature, with the administration. And so here is the status of where we are. Change the slide, please. So, stable and secure funding. We got 1 billion appropriated, as we all know. That helps in moving the program forward. That does not solve the San Francisco to LA topic, but it gives us stable footing to move forward on the projects that we have currently underway. We still need to solve the other challenges of this program. CEQA exemption, we asked for renewable systems that we're going to put in place in Central Valley or anywhere else that we need to install renewable energy sources. We are asking that it makes not a lot of sense to do CEQA, a review of a green energy site. And we are saying that the NEPA process itself takes care of that. And the new NEPA process actually is very streamlined and takes shorter time. So that is unknown. We don't know where we are with that. It is out there in the world for where people who can make changes to these laws are made fully aware for almost a year. It was on the docket last year, didn't go in the direction we wanted. It's streamlined permitting. We don't know where we are with that. That is really something that we continue to talk about. We talked about how to expedite our court cases not right away. Its discussion it has started. It may not require any legislative action. We can work with judicial counsel on that and find a way to expedite our cases. When we move outside of the 119 mile, we will need that. Then we also talked about how do we bring the investors, and then when they come and look at beyond Merced Bakersfield, after they bring their own funds to move this forward, that requires Bill SB 198 to be updated, making sure that Merced Bakersfield stays in it as planned and proceeds. And then on top of that, if they bring the investments in, they should be able to go beyond that. That's in progress. So there's the good news there. Third-party streamlining. This issue of having no control over our destiny for utilities to get in the way and not letting us build on time is the most impactful thing in a negative way that happened to this program from the beginning. Cannot understand why we cannot get that done. And what I said before, I'm going to repeat it again, that if this is not solved, then the direct relationship between the cost and the schedule and these third parties not getting out of the way on time or have no schedule control, then that other thing called cost and schedule cannot stay in the same place. They are just directly related. And so if it remains not solved this year, the impact of that on our budget at minimum is somewhere between 7 to 9% of whatever the total cost is. And I'm not talking about that we have taken into account the commodity prices, the aluminum, the copper, the steel, the aggregates. I'm talking about just the inflation escalation of delay of 1 year puts the program on top of whatever the funds we are asking for by 7 to 9% increase, because these issues remain in the way. Station area and land use and value capture, we have debate now on, because we put it in the business plan of how other states have done this when they have done major projects like this one. So we are working with local jurisdictions, with the legislature. This needs to be understood and agreed between the state and the local governments to come to some agreements. What does that mean to both the state and also the local counties and cities? But this needs to be addressed, and this is a way how we continue to raise, reduce the taxpayers' burden and continue to raise funds through the program to build more within the program itself. Encroachment permitting is something that we wanted for almost 3 years. That was just to allow other utilities or anybody who wants to cross our line to allow them through a permit process to engage. It took about 3 years to get there, just to say, do we have the authority to let other utilities who are trying to serve services in their local towns just to cross our line, either cross it or run horizontal? Took about 3 years. So I think we are going to get this resolved maybe in this session in May or June. Let's go to the next slide and talk a little bit about what does the MATOC and IDIQ process means at a very high level, so everyone understands that it is not something that we invented. This is a federal method of procurement. It is also available in many, many, many states. In California, in Caltrans, it has a different name, something called like jobs, task orders. So at a very high level, we are pre-qualifying companies on a criteria that the High Speed Rail Authority have set. Then once these group of companies get pre-qualified, whether for A&E services or for construction contracts, what they're doing is putting all their resumes, their company's strength, telling us their financials, making sure they have no litigations, and all those things that we need to know about them before we say, okay, you can be now pre-qualified and be on the bench. Once they are on the bench, that does not mean that they have been awarded any contract. Our contracts, we call them task orders, meaning every task order in itself have a start and finish date, and the task orders are like projects. So we issue a task order. We don't go to the one that we like the most. No, that's not what we do. We go with requirements in the task order about their personnel, resumes, schedule of can they finish the job, their qualifications, are they capable of doing it? And then at the end, the cost of the work. We issue it to all on the bench that we pre-qualified, and they, within few weeks, submit their proposal. And then the evaluation team evaluates and selects the one that they think is the best suited for both the scope and the cost. That, what it did to us, it removed the 8 to 18 months process, which we used to do in the past. And that is what we needed, is to, if we have to finish if we have to spend $9.8 billion in next 3 years and commit contracts, then we will have hundreds of these situations where we will not be able to move fast enough. And we do want these expertise already on our bench. And that is how we're going to move the IDIQ task orders, which are equal to projects, and then MATOC, which is also equal. When we issue a task order, they bid, then we award. So if anyone wants to have any questions around that, I'm more than happy to discuss. I've used this process before, but I do wanted to make sure that we have a clarity on this is not about bringing companies in and then thinking this one is the one that I like the most because I've known them from the past. No, it is very competitive process. So there's a lot going on at the authority.
Ian, just one quick question.
Sure.
So recognizing all of what you just said, and they've all been pre-qualified, and then you have something comes up, you select the one. How do you know if it was, say, 6 or 8 months beyond when they were pre-qualified? Is the one who's selected, do you then check to ensure that there's nothing changed in their qualifications?
Monitoring the qualifications, I mean, we have process of an off-ramping and on-ramping. If they end up, and I will let Emily talk a little more, if they end up having in a situation where they were working with us on a project and they decided to go to join a bigger team that creates a conflict, then we have an off-ramp process. They have to notify, we have to monitor, because they cannot show up on a large civil contract team while they're working on our side as well. And I think, Emily, can you talk about the off-ramp and on-ramping process?
Absolutely. Chair Richards, Vice Chair, members of the board. So a little bit specific for MATOC versus our architect engineer IDIQ. We have for the A&E specifically, they will submit, currently we have a live procurement. They are going to be submitting their qualifications to us. That will be due on May 27th. And ultimately, we, the authority, reevaluate their qualifications on a mini board basis, essentially to evaluate their qualifications at the task order level to see who within the pool of work. So we have 3 pools established: major, intermediate, and minor works, to specifically see who meets that. At any juncture of the contract, we can determine that they are no longer fit to perform on the contract for a variety of reasons or whatever reasons we deem necessary. They would be removed from the contract. This also includes the MATOC as well. We have allowed for on-ramp opportunities to preserve competition. So say we off-ramp 2 contractors off the MATOC, we can on-ramp more contractors to bring back competition. We also have kind of one of my push for getting small businesses invigorated and into the project. We will have continuous on-ramp opportunities for the MATOC contractors for a variety of different work, because we will have different work that comes up that we didn't initially provide in our sample projects for them to bid on, graffiti removal, landscaping, things that come up as this project evolves. And so ultimately we can use those opportunities. Specifically for the architect and engineer question, we will have the contractors provide updated qualifications on an annual basis for specifically A&E. Both contracts, MATOC and the A&E IDIQ, have a 5-year ordering period. Typically, you don't want to go any longer than that because competition changes. It's hard to price labor out that far in advance for the A&E firms.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Yeah.
A quick question. Ian, the IG had issued a report with respect to policies, procedures, protocols. How are those fit into what we're doing with MATOC?
So for all MATOC and IDIQs, the policies and procedures are ready. I think the team is about to issue those or have already issued. Emily, can you talk about if the new policies and procedures are in place?
And will they be going to the IG for review?
So we have the ordering guide, which per request of the OIG's office, is to have a established ordering guide, task order ordering guide for how we carry about these processes. The federal government level has a very defined process to how to specifically do task orders under FAR 16505. And so we implemented a lot of the rules that you would see at the federal level here at the local level. The MATOC ordering guide was submitted to the OIG for review prior to executing the MATOC contract. We are working to finalize the ordering guide for the architect engineer, and the current ordering guide is in draft status. We will have that ordering guide also finalized prior to execution of the A&E, which is slated for Q3 of 2026.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This was, if no other questions, this was the end of my presentation.
I have a comment, if that's okay. Maybe there's some questions in here, I don't know. Going to the legislative package, I would call that. I just want to call attention to, there's so many questions out there from Californians, from Americans, from everybody about why is this project so hard? Why has it fallen behind? How has it gotten so expensive? High-speed rail is not in charge of every component of building this project. And when you look at this legislative package, I sure hope elected officials are listening, and I hope Californians are listening, because more than one, I hope. Because this, you kind of skimmed over it. But if this doesn't get done, we fall behind. If this doesn't get done, costs go up, way up. And so we need our elected officials and we need constituents to make noise about how important this is for getting this project done. High-speed rail does not have control over this. these are the things that have to change at the state level. And I think Californians are desperate for this kind of reform on a lot of things. But I just want to call attention to how important this legislative package is, as I understand it, to this project. We will fall more behind. This project will become more expensive if we don't get these things done. And I just don't want us to lose sight of that. Our elected officials owe Californians this package in a responsible way to get this project done. That's on them. And whatever we could do as a board to help see this through, please let us know. This is precisely where I would like to see the board spending our time and efforts. One example.
Thank you,
Mr. Chair, can I
Director.
comment on that?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, there's more than one listening. Obviously, we had a Senator Caballero who just stepped out. But just to remind everybody, the extension of Cap and Invest now was a collaboration of a lot of legislators that still believe in this project. As far as the comment about people wanting this comment, Californians, I believe that there's overwhelming support for high-speed rail in California. And to your question or comment on the legislative concept, we've actually had these conversations with the CEO just not too long ago. In fact, I was willing to do some of this work that is needed on two of them, the CEQA exemptions and the SB 198. Those are things that I am very interested in moving forward with this conversation with the legislative package. But just do know that there is a group of us elected officials that support and believe in high-speed rail. And that goes back to, again, what Californians want. They do have overwhelming support for this project and continues to be something that we believe in. So there's an effort from elected officials to continue to provide this. And again, the fact that we were able to fight hard for the $1 billion a year, I think that shows that there is interest in that partnership with elected officials.
Thank you, Director Carrillo. Welcome. I didn't see you here. Please make sure that Director Carrillo is noted as having been. Thank you. Thank you. We'll move on to the next item, which is the report out from the Finance and Audit Committee, and Vice Chair Miller is going to take care of that today.
Yes, Mr. Chair. So for this will be very short. Cash management, we have on available $3.8 billion. The authority spent $7.2 million on support costs, which is within our expenditure rate consistent with our budget. Total expenditures to date for total project expenditures is $15.7 billion. In the Central Valley, we had an average of 1,276 workers daily on site. Of the 92 structures that are needed in the Central Valley, 58 have been completed, 30 are underway, 4 are not yet started. In terms of utility relocation status, 93% of the 1,699 relocations we have to do have been completed. 59 are in progress, 68 are not yet started. In terms of right-of-way, 99.8% of the 2,287 parcels needed have been delivered. 8 remain. That's the extent of the report. Thank you.
Any questions for Vice Chair Miller? Thank you. Thank you very much, Nancy. The next item, item number 6, basically announces that we're getting ready, the board is getting ready to go into closed session. This is compliant with the government code section 11126 Echo 1 and 2 Alpha and Bravo I and C to confer with legal counsel regarding pending litigation related to change orders from construction package 2 and 3. So we will go into closed session.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I will recuse myself from this for any perception of a conflict of interest because of my role as CEO of United Contractors.
Okay. Thank you, Director Cohen. So we'll move into closed session. When we come back, we'll report out any actions taken by the board and continue with the completion of today's meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, the board of the California High-Speed Rail Authority has just returned from closed session. There was no action taken in the closed session. We'll now turn item number 7 over to our chief counsel.
Good afternoon. As it relates to item number 7, in closed session, the board considered the merits of a proposed settlement change order with Dragados Flatiron Joint Venture, the CP23 design build contractor, to resolve pending arbitration, specific disputes, claims, change order proposals, additional work, as well as to adopt a new schedule. The board, I'll turn it over to Chair Richards if you'd like to call the vote.
The board will now vote to approve the proposed CP23 change order 4.27 as follows. The CEO or his designee is authorized to execute the CP23 agreement number 13-51, change order number 427.
It's working.
It's okay. $537,299,086, which was presented to and approved.
He's talking.
He's talking.
Presented to the board in the closed session. So we will now call for the vote.
Moved.
There's a motion and a second.
I'll second.
A second. Please call the vote.
Chair Richards. Director Camacho.
Abstain.
Vice Chair Miller.
Yes.
Director Perea.
Yes.
Director
Yeah.
Escutia.
Abstain.
Director Williams.
Aye.
Director Worth.
Yes.
And Director Cohen. I don't believe he's here anymore.
She's recused.
Motion carries.
The Fresno people then, because when I read that thing.
When they meet us.
We're not quite done yet. Just had to find the agenda. All right. The final thing on our agenda, item number 8, is to ask any board members if they have any comments. And hearing none, ladies and gentlemen, the meeting is now adjourned. Thank you for joining us.